You're highly welcome, my dear brothers and sisters out there. I'm glad that you just clicked, to watch this message. In today's message, I'll be talking about this vessel, this vehicle that you're seeing, that you are encased in. And I'm going to be expounding it, very, very much so that you can be able to really understand it. When I talk about that, when I say that the body that you're seeing is not the true you, what happened is the body that you're having in the flesh that you have been encased in is simply a vehicle. It's simply the shadow of who you are. The flesh that you're seeing is what is a product of something that was being made so that this stuff can be able to do what? To help you drive past this realm that you're seeing. Because in this realm, there is no any other means you can be able to do what? You can be able to pass across this place other than taking on this flesh. That is why you need to go into your mama's womb. You are a spirit being, because this body that you're seeing is not you. So what happened is you have to go from the infinity, from eternity where you're coming from. You have to go through your mother's womb. And when you go through your mother's womb, what happened is that is what going to take on that vehicle which you needed to take and drive in this realm with. Because you are an infinite being, somebody that is coming from eternity. So now what happened is the moment you're coming out from your mama's womb, but before you come out from your mama's womb, something happened. This is what I'm also going to be explaining that, So, but what happened is when you're coming out of your mama's womb, there is this body, there is this desire, there is this, there is this vehicle that you needed to be able to do what? To run across this third dimension. And that vehicle is what exactly has been prepared. Not just here. It has been prepared already before you even got into it. So in another way, before you were being put in your mama's womb, before you were being put there, the shape, the body, everything has already been there, waiting for you. So the simple thing you need to do, is to do what? Is to drive this vehicle into what? In this contemporary realm. Now I'm going to be expanding it in another sense now to be able to show you that what? At the moment you are in this realm, you are encased in this body, in this flesh. And when you have been encased in this flesh, you are supposed to be what? To be the driver of this flesh, because you are an infinite being. So but what happened is a lot of people who came over here now allowed the flesh itself, that is to say, allow the body to be driving them. Just like when you see that technology, for example, now you see in the situation whereby cars which are being produced recently are able to do what? To drive themselves. All you need to do is to just get into the car, and then the car will drive you to where to the place where you want to go to. All you need to do is just to sit back and relax inside that car, and the car will be able to drive you. This is just technology which they are inventing recently, not inventing because they never invented nothing. Things has been, they only discovered things, So these are the things which you're seeing in this physical. This is exactly also what is already going on in the spiritual realm. Why? Because a lot of people came into this dimension, So now instead of them being the driver of this body which you're seeing, this flesh that you're seeing, they are supposed to be the drivers, the ones controlling the flesh, not the flesh other way around, because like I said, the body that you're seeing, the driver that is in the car is not, the car is not the one driving itself when the driver is responsible. But in the other way around, if the computer is controlling it, then that means the computer is now responsible, is now taking responsibility on what the driver is supposed to be taking. You get it? So this is programming. This is just the same thing that is being done to the car. This is exactly the same thing that is being done to what? To your flesh, because you allow your flesh to be able to do what? To now control you. Why? Because you have been programmed. You've been programmed into something that you don't even know your left from right. All you do is to do what? Is to sit inside of this case, inside of this body. When you sit inside of this body, you now allow this body to be able to do what? To be able to control you and manipulate you wheresoever the body wants to. And this is exactly where the problem is. Because actually, originally, you are supposed to be what? You are supposed to be the one controlling the flesh itself, but not the other way around. Just as you see technologies. Now, I'm about to show you something. The spiritual things are being manifested. The things which are happening in the spiritual. This is why the Bible said that what? That the Most High uses the foolish things of this world to confine the mind of the wise. You have to be wise. You have to be inclined to see that what? That the moment that these technologies that you're seeing out here, that they are trying to, this is passing, what is sending you signals for the spiritual beings to be able to let you understand something. That what? That these people are trying to do something. This is not only this car that they've programmed. You know, because when you go into that car and you sit down in that car, what happens is the car will drive you. So, but the car itself is not the one driving it, because the car itself was being programmed. So the car is operating through programming. So just the same way, when you came out from your mama's womb, you were growing. What happened is the body, this flesh has already been programmed. You know, it has already been programmed to do some certain things. When you came into that flesh, you were supposed to be what? To be the driver of this your body. But what happened? Because due to the programming that this your body has undergone, due to the programming that is being done to your body, then that means you are no longer in control of it. That is why you see that you are doing what you are not supposed to be doing. Because why? You've left your work, you've left what you're supposed to be doing, and you let the computer, the computer, which is this your body now, which is this your flesh, to be able to do what? To program you and be able to do what? And drive you wheresoever it wants you to go. And this is exactly where the problem lies. Why? Because you don't understand the depth of this. You know, because when you know that actually you are supposed to be the driver, you are supposed to be to be the master of your destiny. You ain't allow nobody, you allow no entity to be able to do to drive your destiny for you. Why? Because you were being sent forth here. Before you came over here, that body that you're seeing has already, before you went into your mama's womb, before you went into your mama's womb, this flesh that you're having have already been programmed to be there. It has already been programmed. So when you came forth, as soon as you came forth from your mama's womb, what happened is you, the true self, the true you now, which is an infinite being, has to do what? You have to do what? Take back your responsibility to take back your responsibility as what? As the controller. You know, as the controller of your own self. So, but what happened? Due to that programming, a lot of people are giving up. So they gave up and they allowed that computer body, computer flesh, which they are. So in another sense, these people are what? They are robots. They are not human. They are not beings. These people are what? They are derailed. They have gone astray. They are the lost sheep, because they are no longer in tune. They are no longer what? They are no longer using their own knowledge. They are no longer using their common senses, because they are now being programmed from their mama's womb, not even outside here, from their mama's womb. The moment they came forth, you know, this body, this flesh, this body that you're seeing has already been programmed what this body is going to face before it comes out here. That is why you need to understand what is going on. Before you even came here, let me show you something. You know, in the book of Genesis, the Bible makes us to understand something. The rib, one of the rib of Adam, that the Most High Elohim did took one of the rib, and from it he made what? He made a woman. Something that is deep there. You need to do what? You need to understand. Because what you need to understand, the moment you were coming here, the body that you're seeing, the flesh that you're seeing, you are not yet a complete being. So the flesh that you're seeing is not you, it's what is a reflection of who you are. So this is just a case. This is just a case. This is just a body which you are inhabiting, which the true you is inhabiting. So because you, the true you, is an infinite being, but you needed a vehicle, you needed a place, you needed something to be able to do what? To pass through this third dimension. And this thing that you need, this vehicle, is what? Is this body, this flesh. So, and you need to be what? To be the master. You need to be the controller. You need to be the one that is doing what? That is shaping your own destiny. You are responsible for whatsoever comes upon you. You are responsible for it, because when you came, you need to understand that your body has already been programmed to be doing what it's doing. So it is now your responsibility to be able to do what? To Bible makes us to understand that from the day of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and only the violent will take it by force. So you have to do what? You have to take that steering out and take what belongs to you and take back your position, because you are the master of what? Of your own destiny. Right from your mama's womb, this thing has been programmed. When you came forth here, you see that everything was illusion. So you need to do what? You need to take back what belongs to you. This is what to be able to show you. A lot of people are robots. They are robotoids. They are not, because they don't use their mind, they don't use their senses. They are simply moving, just sheep to the slaughter. Because these people are being programmed. Just like the way you program your computers. So when I talk to people, I don't talk to those dumb robots. You already know it. When I speak, the words that I speak is not for the robotoids. It's not for the robotoid, but for the people who are the ones who are using their common knowledge. Because these people know that this vehicle which they are inhabiting, they are the master of the vehicle. They don't allow this vehicle to do what? To drive them, but rather they are the ones controlling the vehicle itself. So when I speak, I don't speak. This channel is not for everybody. You get it? So this is why when I talk, sometimes people who do not understand the deeper things which are in the scripture cannot be able to grab it. Why? Because it's not meant for everybody. There are people who are here to be able to do what? To wake our brothers up. Those who are already, some of them who are already gone out. Need to do what they need to come back. So I ain't talking to no robotoid. I talk to people. I talk to spirit beings, because the words that I speak are live. The word is live. The word that I speak to you is live. To be able to wake you up. So if you can get what I'm saying, it's not meant for you, because you are a robotoid. You have been controlled in the laboratory somewhere. You don't know where you've been manipulated. You've been manipulated by some entities which you know nothing about. This is to show you the depth of this. Because the time has come. This is the time, because you need to do what? You need to see what is really going on. Just imagine, just see the technology of things which they are doing, which they are discovering. Look at the rate at which technology is going up. And look at the way knowledge is going. Don't you understand what Daniel said? Daniel said, shut up the word. The Bible says, shut up the word and seal the book. For many shall run to and fro. And do what? And knowledge shall do what? Shall increase. Knowledge of what? Knowledge about what is going on. These things are new. Actually, what you need to understand is there is no technology that is out here that is new. These people did not invent nothing. These people they are only discovering. They're just discovering things which were being left by the men of old. Your handy, your laptops, everything. There's nothing new here. I mean, you people haven't seen nothing. You people haven't seen what is technology. There's no such thing as technology. These people ain't got nothing yet. I'm telling you the right truth. I'm telling you the truth. Just look outside and see what happened. Look at the moon, look at the sun, look at the stars. Someone put those things out there. This is the mind, the working mind of the mighty man. You need to understand what is really going on. Here, there is a lot of people who are making prey of you. So they are doing what? They are simply extracting energy out of you. If you are those robotoids, if you are one of those robotoids who do not control, you don't take responsible, you are not responsible for your own destiny, what happened? Somebody else is going to use it. Somebody else is going to manipulate it out of you. All these fake pastors everywhere, what do you think they do? These people are what? These people are master deceptionists in another way, to be able to do what? To veer you away from the truth. So that they can be able to do what? So that they will be the ones to shape your destiny for you. Don't you understand what is happening? When you are supposed to be the master, the driver of your own destiny. When you let these entities to do it for you, you are a robotoid. You need to do what? You need to be inclined to be able to see from the spirit realm. There are entities out here who are only feeding off nothing more but what? But energy. They suck your energy. They suck you when you are afraid. They suck your energy when you are ignorant. They suck you when you are what? When you are downtrodden. They suck you in any slightest and they suck that energy because this is where they feed off. You need to do what? You need to know how to. This is why I tell you to do what? You need to be awake and come to Yahushua, because why I point you, where do I point you to, my dear brothers and sisters? I always point you to Yahushua. Because I know when you go there, you are going to do what? You're going to know that you are the master of your own destiny. Ain't nobody who's going to touch you. Who is that? That individual has not yet been born. There's nobody, there's no entity on this planet who can be able to touch you. Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? You just sit back there. You need to do what? You need to be inclined and be what? And be in that family. Because what I give you is what is the concrete understanding of what is in the scripture. To be able to elevate you and make you the master. And make you the master of your own destiny. To be able to do what? Whenever you see those same entities, you can already see what they are planning to do. Why? Because you are now in control. This body can no longer shift you wheresoever it wants to shift. No, because you are now what? You are now the master of it. The body says do this. You say, come on, shut up. The body obeys. Why? Because the body knows that he is not in control. This is why the Bible makes us to understand that one. That you are in the flesh, but you are not of this world. This body that you're saying is what? Is the temple. Is the temple, is the dwelling place, is what? Is the vehicle through which you need to do what? To pass through this dimension to somewhere. So but while you're here, you need to do what? You need to be in this case with your real self. This word that I'm speaking into, I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking it through this vessel. I'm an infinite being. You don't know who I am. Some of you don't. Some of you do. Because you can feel it. You can know that the words that I'm speaking to you, I ain't got it. I never got nothing from this third dimension. I know where we're coming. I know where I'm coming from. This is not something that you need to do where you just sit back there and you allow and wait all these blind people, entities everywhere, sucking energies from different angles. Allow them to be controlling you like a remote control. And you're here having issues just because I tell you the truth. To be able to do what? To be able to elevate you. So that you can be able to start using your own knowledge. Common senses. This is why the Bible makes us to understand that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Those who are not using their senses, they are being destroyed. Why are they destroyed? Why? Because they don't use their knowledge. They have it, but they don't use it. So when you have the Allah-given senses and you apply it, that individual is not yet born. Ain't nobody who can touch you because you are the greater than the greatest of anything that you can ever imagine. Whosoever tries get himself stuck and destroyed. Because this you need to understand who you are to be able to elevate you to a higher dimension. This is why when I point you, what I do, I point you to Yahushua. To be able to go to Yahushua. When you go to Yahushua, you're going to meet the biggest family, the most strongest family. Because this is the congregation of the mightiest ones. This is the union. This is the family of the mightiest ones. Ain't nobody who's going to touch you. That individual, his whole generation is going to be wiped off from